I am a lawyer who had to move back to the US and I had to quit all of my hobbies. Now, this isn't because I don't have the time to do them, but I just can't afford to do pretty much any of these things while being unemployed right now in the US. It has gotten so expensive here to do pretty much everything. I mean, just to leave the house, you have to drive, which includes gas money. And that's the biggest thing for me is I don't have gas money to go places. I can walk and bike to some places, but it is quite far and it is really hot here in the Phoenix area. So that is pretty much hard to do from about 10 a.m. through 5 or 6 p.m. depending on the day and the temperature. Thankfully, right now it's not too bad, only 95 to 100 degrees, so you can kind of push it sometimes, but it's really hard. One big thing I had or haven't been able to do much of since I stopped was pickleball. The closest courts that we can play at are about 5.5 miles away, which if I go super early, I can bike to and from, but some days you're just tired or hot or something, and I have a big bag of stuff, so it's hard to put on the bike. So I haven't been going because I can't drive there, and I don't want to spend gas money, nor do I have gas money to spend, but also buying a new paddle. There was a mix-up in one of my moves, and my paddle got sent somewhere else, and I don't have one here. And to kind of play at the level I do, I kind of need a nicer paddle, so I can't afford one as well. So pickleball has kind of been one thing I've had to pull back on for the time being until I'm able to start getting some money, and then I can afford to start doing that again. But also next, another big thing, which I think a lot of people can relate to, is going out to eat, even just coffee or, trying new places. I really enjoy going out and trying new places or cafes or coffee shops and going out and bringing the dogs with me. My dogs really do enjoy being out and leaving the house. In Spain, I brought them everywhere. I had a backpack for my older dog, also a stroller for the summer when it was too hot for the other one. And we can walk and go everywhere. But here it's just very expensive. Most coffee shops, if you go and get some type of latte or some type of cold brew with a flavor, and then let's say a pastry of some sort, like a croissant or a small sandwich or something to kind of go with it, is easily $10 to $15. With tax and tip, everything is $5 to $7 a piece, and then you have tax and tip on top of it. So you can't afford that. And then relating back to my first one, the gas just to get there. We live in a residential area, so at minimum it's about a 20 to 30 minute bike ride to get to most places, which isn't too bad, but it is a difference, especially in the heat. So not being able to go out and try those things. You can go super early or in the evenings. I personally don't like bike riding in the dark, just in case there's some rock or something to hit and crash. So I prefer to be out when it's light out. Even with street lights, it's kind of just not the same. And I have taken a couple falls on the bike before, so I just like to be careful that way. But that's kind of been really hard. And then restaurants, it's even more expensive. So, going out to eat now, most places an entree is $15 to $20 plus tax and tip adds another 10 or so. And that's a lot of money compared to what you would spend, if you cooked stuff from the grocery store. So that has been a really big thing. And then also just for being a young person in this area, the social events are very expensive. Some of the ones in Spain were getting a little more expensive, like $10, but at least normally it would come with, 1 or 2 drinks and food and stuff like that. Like coffee raves are really big in Europe, and most of them are around $10 to $12, but they normally come with a couple glasses of coffee and pastries. So it's about the same if you were to go out with friends and buy some stuff, but then you also have the party aspect with the DJ and stuff. And I've seen a couple of coffee raves in the Phoenix area, but they're like $25 or $30, and most of them don't even include coffee or anything. That's just the price to get in. So social things are very expensive. Even like dog walking groups, a lot of them you have to pay just so they'll send you the location of where they're going to meet up in a public park, like free places. So that's really expensive. The Desert Botanical Gardens has like a dog night, but it costs $25 to get in. So $25 just to go walk around the botanical garden for half an hour. Everything is just really expensive, and I don't have too much of an interest of meeting new people here because I don't want to stay long term. And so, yeah, it's kind of boring on my own, but it saves me money because I'm not going out to eat or anything. I'm pretty good about cooking and staying home myself, and also just trying to save as much money as possible to go back. So saving those $20 almost a day to go out or meet people and drive and gas and all those types of things really add up, especially when you're really low on money or you aren't making a ton of money. So I've kind of just accepted it's going to be a slow summer. It's been pretty hard so far, I'm not going to lie with that, because it's such a change from what I'm used to. In Spain, I paid $22 a month and I can get around the entire city by public transit, and the public transit runs 24/7. So if I want to go walk through a new neighborhood or go check out a new park or something like that, me and the dogs can easily just go and hop on, and it's super affordable and easy to do. But here you have to pay for gas for everything, and none of those things are as cheap. You know, you can easily get a coffee in Spain for $1.65, nice full sandwich for $3. So it's a lot more affordable. So different things like that, and those third spaces as well are not a big thing. So I've even had to given up doing some of those what were free in Spain activities. We go and watch the sunsets a lot, and there's a lot of places to go and do that. But here there are places to do it, but they're at restaurants and cafes and places you have to pay to go. Versus a lot of European cities or big cities in general, they have a lot of free spaces that are set up, parks that are angled to be able to watch sunrise and sunset, or walking paths on lakes or rivers with benches so you can go and meet up with people or have a picnic. Those just don't really exist in most American cities. Chicago and New York have some, but besides that, there's really not many, which I think also makes the social part of it hard because people aren't going out. They don't want to spend money. Everyone's so overworked in the US, they're too tired most days during the week anyways. So that's been a really big part. Also just kind of doing craft stuff. I had a few things I had accumulated in Spain for hobbies, like making friendship bracelets, or I had a glue gun. I was making a lot of dog clothes from secondhand thrifted human clothes or different fabrics because it's very cheap there. So I was having fun just doing that. I just needed a glue gun, and I had a little sewing kit to fix some of my actual clothes. And so I was able to do that and go to discount stores where I was able to get some puzzles and books for only $1. So it's kind of very affordable habits, and a lot of close by hiking you can get to by public transit there. So if you want to go out for the day, you can take the metro up and go hiking around, which is free. So just different things like that. It's really been a big comparison here, having to kind of quit all those hobbies. I did join a public library, so I can read for free, which is good. And we do have a bike here I can use, but with the weather and everything, it's just in the morning. Thankfully, there is a grocery store and a cheap $10 a month gym I joined. That's about a 15-minute bike ride, so I am able to do that in the off times as well. But it has been a bit of a big adjustment. A lot of things cost a lot more, and I was able to find a few things here and there, like at the dollar store, now $1.25, Dollar Tree. That's also a 15-minute bike ride, so it is accessible as well. But all that stuff, yeah, it's just been kind of tough. So just trying to make do with what I have, and I'm sure other people kind of feel the same way. It's really hard being unemployed in the US and having very little money, because it's been so long since I've worked, pretty much out of money, and had to take 2 full round trip to get both dogs home. So yeah, it's been tough, but we're trying to work on it and trying to find what I can. If it's affordable, I have been to Goodwill once or twice on their 50% off days to try to find different things I could maybe do to keep busy. And people say, oh, just look for a job. Well, I do a couple hours a day, but there's only so much, if you're looking for a job. you can look up in different ideas and different things. So spending that time, but then there's still another, at least in a regular work day, 5-6 hours a day to do other things. So just trying to balance all that and find things to kind of help the time go by. Already counting down the days to go back in September. I'm ready. And we'll just kind of see how that goes. But if you feel the same or have any other ideas, just leave them in the comments below. I respond to everything. And subscribe if you want to keep following along my journey. And I will see you guys next time.